2 months ago, I packed up my life, moved into Cari's house, and we became roommates.
We thought that with both of us living under one roof, we were going to absolutely crush our TBR.
But we haven't.
Actually, we're way behind.
And the clock is ticking because my move-out date is rapidly approaching, so we're about to go back to being long distance.
To make the most of our time together, we are attempting to read our entire June TBR in just 1 week.
The first book on our June TBR is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune.
Yeah, and 2 weeks ago, this would not have been on our TBR. However, since reading Our Perfect Storm in our last video, we're Carly Fortune fans now, and there is a TV show that just came out and we desperately need to watch it. So obviously, this one jumped to the front of the line.
We impulse added this, so we're really excited. And I think this is her debut novel.
Yeah, it's also beautiful.
Isn't she the prettiest girl at the party?
I'm ready for the summer vibes.
Really excited. We'll check in later. Halfway through Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book follows Percy, who is 30 years old, and she's returning back to Barry's Bay, which is the lakeside town that she grew up in. She returns for a weekend for her ex-boyfriend's mother's funeral.
The plot alternates between a present day and then the 6 summers that Percy spent growing up with Sam and Charlie, the boys next door. This is a friends to lovers, which would typically be slow, but because she's doing this back and forth writing thing, it's really speeding up what would typically be a very slow trope.
I'm really, really impressed by the pacing of this book. It is pretty small, so naturally it did have to pick up pretty quick, but the storytelling is really phenomenal. I also think that Carly Fortune does a great job of writing her characters. Percy is adorable, Sam also adorable, Charlie hilarious.
I gotta be completely honest here, I'm obsessed with Charlie. I'm kind of surprised I was able to get as into this as I am, because right before it I was very heavily in my cowboy romance era, but that's a testament to Carly Fortune's writing, because I got about 2 chapters in and I was like, okay.
Before we picked this up, we saw a few comparisons of Every Summer After to The Summer I Turned Pretty. We both loved The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I personally think that the actual writing in this book is light years ahead of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Obviously, it is written for adults rather than The Summer I Turned Pretty being written for young adults, so the storytelling in this is really, truly, it's amazing.
I just really love a yearning summer romance, and it's incredible. Put it at the beach, put it at the lake, I don't care.
Put it in the Louvre.
Hell yeah, baby. Who cares? Yearning summer romance, I'm here for.
We are going to keep reading, hopefully finish Every Summer After right now. We're gonna finish this. Gonna finish it, gonna cross it off our TBR.
Totally stamped on.
I don't like that.
I mean,
Hell
I
no.
think that's cute.
Hell no. Hell no. That pissed me off. I hated it.
I wouldn't want it, but I hate it. We have officially finished Every Summer After. It's happened again. I have been bamboozled into enjoying a friends to lovers slow burn.
There are going to be spoilers in our review because we have to talk about the ending and we have to talk about things that happened, and thus there are going to be spoilers in this. This book had a laundry list of things that I would typically hate. For instance, friends to lovers, second chance, miscommunication, cheating. Girl, How did Carly Fortune sell me on all of those?
It definitely kept, at least me, guessing for sure. I could never totally tell where their storyline was going to end up, like what the climax of their love story was going to be. And that's pretty rare, I'd say, in a rom-com.
I was like clutching my pearls the entire time, waiting to find out what the drama was between Sam and Percy. When we did find out, girl, I was shocked and also bamboozled. I did feel very conflicted, and I know that's the point. Carly Fortune did mention in the like author's note that she wanted to write a book in which the heroine was kind of the villain. Personally, I didn't find Percy to be a villain per se. Perhaps that's just because I will always defend a woman and I am simply blind to their mistakes, naturally.
I agree. I really didn't see Percy as a villain. I just thought it made for a more complex plot. I will say though, I didn't totally fall in love with Percy or Sam like individually as characters. I just really felt invested in their love story. If this wasn't a TV show, I really don't think it would be a book I thought a whole lot about. I will say though, Charlie, he's the main character of the next book and I do care about him.
With the quickness, adding one Golden Summer to my TBR to be read before summer is over. So there's been more Carly Fortune books moved up the list on our TBR, both good and bad news. Good news because I love these books, bad news because now my TBR is even longer. As far as a rating though for this book, I think because of the proposal in the epilogue, I hated it. I'm gonna rate this book 3.5 stars.
I'm also rating it 3.5 stars just because I didn't find it super memorable. However, we will be starting that TV show with the quickness. On to the next.
We're starting the next book on our TBR, and it's Taming Seven by Chloe Walsh. We've read, I think, most of these books in videos.
This is a shift in genre for sure.
Big changeroni. Patrick and Huey are gonna get it. Where the fuck is Patrick's book? Patrick Feely is doing it for me.
He's been in like 2% of this entire series.
I love him.
He doesn't even have a plot yet.
Good.
We are halfway through Taming Seven, and Chloe Walsh is gonna do it every time.
No one does it like Chloe Walsh. Every single book is addictive. Every single book is gut-wrenching. Every single book makes me cry. Every single book is just, it's gonna deliver.
For a quick recap, for those of you who haven't read the series or are unaware with how the series lays out, this is the 5th book in the Boys of Tommen, and it covers a whole friend group. Taming Seven covers Gibbsy and Claire. And Gibbsy has some like deep buried trauma, as all the other books have gone. There is a character with a lot of trauma, and then there's a character that's a little more stable. And in this one, Gibbsy's the one with the trauma, Claire's the one that's a little more stable. They're childhood friends. This is a friends to lovers situation. We kind of have a trend going this summer.
Yeah, we've read a lot of friends to lovers.
But this one, again, because it's Chloe Walsh and it's Boys of Tommen, it's got a lot of heavy topics. We get both POVs as we do in all the other books, and in this one, Claire is just desperately trying to help Gibbsy break down some of these walls he's got. Nobody, as of right now in the book yet, knows really what's going on with him besides like some surface level stuff. But it's hinting there's a lot more that's about to come out.
Because it is Claire and Gibbsy's book, obviously they are stealing the show. Their love is so cute and so sweet. However, I will say that I am still so completely obsessed with every other character. I'm still enamored by Johnny. I'm still obsessed with Shannon and crying over Joey. I think that's a testament to Chloe Walsh's writing. And also, I'm really concerned about Lizzie, and I'm really scared for the next book in the series.
This book, I will say so far, has been the easiest read of all of them to this point. It feels like we're kind of going uphill, but I'm scared for the second half.
Yeah, with Chloe Walsh books, you really can't let your guard down. Something terrible is inevitably going to happen. So I know that's like coming. I know that that's on its way. But also on another note, Patrick Feely.
He hasn't said anything.
I love him!
As of right now, he's barely a side character.
And he's my favorite. And if there's one thing that you can count on me to love, it is a quiet, silent man. I love a man who doesn't speak.
He has no character arc yet. We don't know anything about his personality. We know he's a musician and works on a farm.
Literally my dream. Shut up! Loving the characters, loving the book, scared and nervous, and prepping mentally to be traumatized.
Per usual.
We're putting it in here because we hate the Vegas Golden Knight.
Oh, yeah.
We finished Taming Seven last night, and personally, I don't have a whole lot of like long-winded spiels about this book. For sure, out of all of Chloe Walsh's books that we've read, the tamest book.
Wow, ironic.
While it was the tamest, do not think that means that we got out of this situation unharmed, because we for sure did not.
Yeah, the scale for Chloe Walsh being tame or less traumatizing, it's like we already started up here. So anything that's like, oh, this was a little bit of an easier read, it doesn't really go lower than this. Overall though, I really loved it. You can tell Chloe Walsh puts everything she has into these characters, because every single character in this entire friend group, in this entire series, is so complex. There is no character that doesn't hit some type of nerve somewhere where you have to be like, oh, well, they did this, but it's because this, so what
can you do?
What can you do?
Chloe Walsh is just such like an incredible writer. With the ending of this book, everything's in shambles. Nothing feels great. And if something doesn't get rectified quickly, I'm personally gonna freak out. Also, if Mark Allen doesn't face a singular consequence and soon, also gonna freak out. Hate that guy. I'm his #1 op. And I'm not feeling great that releasing 10, which is the next book, only gives us backstory.
Yeah, Chloe's really good at writing a villain.
Yeah.
It really feels like we are just blindly walking off a cliff. I don't know when the drop's gonna happen, and I'm willingly doing it.
Scared nonetheless.
All that being said, Taming Seven in comparison to the first 4 books for me didn't hit as heavily. The size of this book is so much smaller than the other ones that I just physically don't think there was as much story to like really throw me into the trenches the way the first 4 did. Not saying I wasn't in the trench, I just maybe wasn't thrown in the trench. So, you know, I got through it without crying. That was a first. That was a first for a Boys of Tommen book.
Chloe Walsh just doesn't miss, so I am gonna give this book 4 stars. I agree with Cari. It doesn't hit as hard as like maybe the first 4 books, and I don't think it'll hit as hard as releasing 10.
I just love Chloe Walsh.
We're switching genres. We are going back to Wyoming. We're gonna get down and dirty with Gus and Teddy. We're going back to Lost and Lassoed.
Oh yeah.
Lila Sage. It's a cowboy romance, and this might be our fave.
This might be our favorite cowboy romance. We read the first 2
In 3 days.
Yeah, we loved them. You can see our reviews on Fable. And I cannot wait to get into this. It's a little enemies to lovers.
And a best friend's brother.
And a best friend's brother, enemies to lovers in a cowboy romance?
Girl. And I know it's about to do it for me, so really excited for this.
Excited for that. halfway through Lost and Lassoed. It is a cowboy romance that follows Gus and Teddy, and it's kind of a typical enemies to lovers, grumpy sunshine trope, except she's not fully sunshine. She's also kind of spicy. Single dad trope too, to top it off.
This is only our 4th ever cowboy romance, but I do think that cowboys might be my new thing. I've always been kind of repulsed by the idea of a country man. Yuck, if you know what I mean. But these books, these countrymen, I think I'm a changed woman because of these smutty little cowboy romances.
Typically when you get specifically with a country romance, I feel like the guy's always a little grumpy, misogynistic, and they are rediscovering this woman they're talking to is actually cool, actually is a human, and that's their big revelation, is that it's not just a baby maker. That's a woman in there. And I really hate that, but Gus is not like that at all. And that's really refreshing. It's kind of feeling like enemies to friends to lovers. It has a lot of romantic moments.
Like Cari said, this is a single dad trope. Never thought I'd get hot and bothered over a single dad. Alas, here I am, getting hot and bothered over a single dad. There's really something about this summer that has just given me trope after trope after trope of things that I was adamantly opposed to.
I agree.
And I'm liking them. So this summer has been a
surprising one.
Yeah, it's been surprising and pivotal. This book is really cute though. Really loving Teddy, really loving Gus. The tension between them is delicious. I can't wait for these two to bang.
The slow burn is slowly burning, and I'd like it to pick up the pace. We're halfway. Where is it? Well, we're gonna keep reading and hope this gets spicy soon. We have finished Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage, and I gotta say, I'm having some mixed feelings. The love story between Teddy and Gus is really sweet and romantic. It's very fun, very cozy, everything you want in a summer romance. She's really good at still writing very well-rounded characters, and I really love that.
I definitely think that it was more enemies to friends to lovers than it was actual enemies to lovers. In my opinion, they weren't ever really enemies, more like irritants at best. But it was really cute. There was a lot of fun little micro tropes, specifically and most importantly, there was a hair washing scene. And I love when a big, strong, grumpy man washes the hair of a woman. That's gonna do it for me every time. I do think that's one of my favorite micro tropes.
I agree. For me, unfortunately, this has been the worst book so far in the series. We've read the first two and really, really loved them. And I was so excited for this, but it just fell kind of flat. I thought there would be a lot more groveling when it comes to enemies to lovers. I personally just think the man should be groveling more. And I don't think Gus really did enough of that considering how mean he had been. Also, unfortunately, the spice in this really was not for me. Even with the sweet romantic scenes, I was like, oh, yay. And then there'd be a spice scene and I'd be like, oh no. It really took me out of the story. Not the worst thing I've ever read. Definitely not the best.
The spice was diabolical. There was a lot of pregnancy talk. I've mentioned this before, and we'll probably always mention it anytime we get hit with a pregnancy trope, or can you say on the internet? I'm not really sure, but that is just disgusting.
And I've got to say, if we're discussing a smell,
no,
that needs to get the fuck out of any book that I'm reading. And let this be my personal stance on the internet, saying you don't always have to write that you want to put a baby in her like she's the breeding cow at the FFA. I don't need to hear the man's POV saying I'm gonna put a baby in you. You're not gonna do shit. You're gonna get out.
There are some things that we should keep to ourselves. Let's keep secrets. Automatically, if I'm hit with any kind of pregnancy trope or even pregnancy talk, I am deducting a star because it's gross to me. I don't want to see it.
We had our expectations up here, It didn't fall down here, but it did fall here. So for me, I'm rating it 3 stars.
Also 3 stars from me.
And unfortunately, it's been a week.
Did we read our entire June TBR? No.
Did we make a dent?
Yes, and that's called looking at the bright side of things.
And that is all we do over here. If you're not looking at the bright side, you're looking at the dark side.
Yeah, and then you can't see. So.
Stop pushing off of me. No, you have to pretend you like me. Pretend you like mama. You have to pretend you like mama. See this? Reaching out.
Such a stranger.
We've made it after every summer after.
No, because in my head I'm going,
We have finally finished.
girl, what you mean finally? We started this 5 minutes ago.
And then I couldn't remember the title.
What's happening?
I don't know, he's doing flips. Lily! Lily, you look...
Lily, you look like you've been to hell and back. I gotta be honest with you.
Why body? Curve it next! It definitely
Did you just fucking crop dust me, Nugget? You just sharted over here and walked away? Did somebody fart?
What?
Did you fart?
No.
Who farted? It smells like a big fat dookie in here. No, seriously? Why does it smell like caca and Lewis?
Oh, I can pull a Cari. We're starting the next book on our
Shut up, Mom! Silence from you! You're cut off!
Right. Can nothing be fucking easy? No. Family thing, like it's two, the couple books are siblings. Yeah, I didn't want to say friend group and then family and then it sounded like incest. It's not incest.
Please look at pumpkin. Look at pumpkin.
Much, much, girl, much, much,